Women, we have two wolves. We have one wolf that wants magic, trance, embodiment, earth connection. And we have one wolf that wants safety and security. And when you go for safety and security, maybe because you want to have a baby, you want to be taken care of, maybe you had too much time chasing the magic and you got really burnt out and disillusioned. Or what I see with a lot of women is maybe you have this fantasy that you can be the magical one and that you'll be supported by your very pragmatic and safe husband. Whatever it is, usually the story is that partnering with the safe and stable man will support the magic. That being with that kind of man will help you be in the magical experience and process of motherhood or of your creative project. And maybe sometimes that works out. But usually this is a deal with the devil that leads to the exact opposite. Because you think, oh, he loves me. He's allied to me. Therefore, he's allied to the magic. But he showed you what he's allied to. He's allied to safety, to pragmatism, to succeeding in society, to the matrix. And even if you thought, oh, being with him and him holding that piece will help me be even more supported and being magical, what I've seen is it's actually really hard to hold on to the magic with someone who is so allied to the matrix. Because if that's the person who's the most intimate to you, then that's the perspective and the worldview and the value system that is the context of which you are living in. And then you go into, oh, well, let me heal him. Let me open him. Let me manic pixie dream girl him into the magic. Let me siren him into it. Then he'll be magical and I can get my need met. But guess what? He's the safety and pragmatism guy. And a lot of times he stays being the safety and pragmatism guy. And this is where people will say, oh, it sounds like you're a little anxiously attached and he's a little avoidant. You should just give him space. And so you do. And guess what? It means he stays being the safety and pragmatism guy. So then maybe you go, oh, well, maybe he's my teacher. He's teaching me how to actually be more boundaried and more grounded in life. He's teaching me how to self-soothe and get my own need met. But is he really teaching you? Because it doesn't sound like he's teaching you in any way that's actually contributing to integration for you and connection for your relationship. He's just deflecting and putting your need back on you to meet alone. And if you're in this thing where you're like, well, if I fix myself and I'm perfectly self-reliant and I come to him and I say it just right and I have no needs and I have no wants, then you're still just in an anxious thing. Being like, oh, if I do it perfect, then I can get my need met. Oh, if I do it perfect, then he'll relate to me. Which, if he was the guy who's not relating to you when you're upset, is probably still going to be the guy who's not actually relating to you, even if you think you're doing everything perfect. And here's the part where I'm going to hold your hand. Because you actually showed who you were allied to by choosing him. You chose safety within the matrix. Almost all of us are reliant on the system. We didn't make it, and yet here we are. And so it makes sense that we want safety and support within it. But I think it's also that much more important to realize with open eyes that when we are in part of the system, all of the fruits of what we make are going to be usurped into the internal logic of that system. The system is so happy to take your labor and to take your energy and to take your attempts to improve the education or the healthcare or whatever it is that now you're even more dependent on by being with this guy, while not actually supporting you to be in a listening relationship with life itself. But if you dissociate and you numb for long enough, it will stunt you. When that dark feminine gets repressed for so long, that part of you that wants magic, that wants embodiment and nature, the part of you that wants to actually be in a listening relationship with tending life, not in the matrix game of it, when she gets repressed for long enough, she starts to go crazy, like a lightning bolt pinging around the walls of the cage. It's actually trying to get free. I think it's actually trying to bring you back, because it's really hard to hear the forest when you've locked yourself in the castle. And even having to choose between magic and safety is a false dichotomy. Obviously, we need both. But the issue is that in either case, you can be centering men. And the reason why they're even polarized is because these are the two roles of the feminine within patriarchy. This is the dark and the light. This is the Maleficent versus the Princess Flora, or whatever her name is. This is the witch and the pastor's wife. And while as women we may contain and have access to these different archetypal energies, who we really are and the life that we could really build for ourselves when we're able to decenter men is so much greater than all of this bullshit.